Okay, you guys, getting ready to make a homemade apple pie. I have 5 green apples, cinnamon, brown sugar, 2 tablespoons of butter, regular granulated sugar, all-purpose flour, and my pie pan. I've rinsed my apples and put them on the cutting board. Now I am wiping the water off of them, getting ready to core and slice them with my apple thingy. This is my first time using it, and so I'm gonna show you a couple that I do, and then we'll move on to mixing the ingredients.
Ship in first class. If this is my only wish, it would be my last. Send my baby home for Christmas. That's all I want this year. Pack him up nice, ship in first class. This is my one wish, so please make it fast.
Now to this bowl I've put in 1 cup of brown sugar. I'm adding 1 cup of granulated white sugar, a half a cup of all-purpose flour, and my apples. Then I take my wooden spoon and I'll mix that and get the apples all good and coated with the flour and sugar. And I have my crust here ready to go into my pan. Place it in the pan, and before you seal it, make sure that it's pressed up against all of the edges of the inside of the pan so that there's no air under the crust. And now I'm going to flip this over and trim it. And we don't want to take too much off because we want to leave enough on the edge for your top crust to fold under it when you get ready to crimp the edges of your crust.
I'm so happy to see you. Sit your bags down and come into my arms.
And I flip my pan back over. And you see how much we've got cut away from the edge. Now I add my 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, and I mix that in real good. And the sugars in the apples, that's drawing the juice from the apples, which is making this creaminess in the apples. And this is what it looks like once it's all mixed. And then I put it all in the pie shell. This looks like a lot of apples, but trust me, it is not a lot of apples, because once that heat and all of those goodies in there bake down, that's going to shrink. Now you take your 2 tablespoons of butter and you place little pats all over the top of your apples. This is all of my butter on top, and then I put my top crust on, and I'm getting ready to tuck my edges.
See, my baby's been away for too long. Off on his job, we only talk by phone. Yes, he's missed, so
and you see here me tucking the edge and pressing down onto the edge of the pan. And I'll do this all the way around the pie until I reach the beginning again.
Ship in first class. If this is my only wish, it shipping first class. This is my one wish, so please make it fast. Trimming the tree while it's thinking of me. 4 more days, this weight is killing me.
Now I'm crimping the edge of my pie by using my thumb and my index finger slightly bent, and I'm pressing together the crust. And I'll do this all the way around the pie until I reach the beginning again. You'll notice on that side there, my crust has a slight hole in it, so the extra dough that I cut off of the first pie crust, I'm gonna take a small piece of it and patch that up. Just put a little water on the back and stick it and rub it down and mold it and cover that hole up. Like so. And I'm done with that, and that is the edge of my pie once I finish crimping it. Now I'm going to get the knife and make a few slits in the top so that the steam can escape the pie. And you can design your slits any way you want to the top of the pie. Before I place it in the oven, I'm going to sprinkle cinnamon and sugar on top of the pie. Here I've placed a foil flute around the edge of my pie to keep it from over browning during the baking process. The oven is placed on 375. It was already preheated. Right now I'm trying to set the timer. There, my timer is set for 25 minutes. And my pie will bake for 25 minutes. Then I will remove the foil flute and bake the pie for another 20 to 25 minutes until done. I hope you enjoyed this recipe, and when you try it out, please come back and leave a comment on my video letting me know how it worked out for you.
Wrote Santa a letter this morning. I hope it arrives right on time. See, my baby's been away for too long. Off on his job, we only talk by phone. Yes, he's missed, so is his kiss. Excuse me, y'all, while I reminisce. All I want is for my man to make it home, 'cause he's been away far too long. Send my baby home for Christmas. That's all I want this year. Pack him up nice and ship him first class. If this is my only wish, it would be my last. Send my baby home for Christmas. That's all I want this year. Pack him up nice, ship him first class. This is my one wish, so please make it fast. Trimming the tree while he's thinking of me. 4 more days, this weight is killing me. No need for gifts underneath the Christmas tree. All I want is my baby sitting here with me. Hanging the mistletoe, a wreath on the door. Got bows and ribbons scattered on my floor. I made a list and I'm checking it twice. If you can bring my baby home,